Oh no! Big crash! Big crash!
Oh, big accident in the rest of the video.
This will be a red flag, almost certainly. Huge impact.
When that incident happened, he was sitting in, ready to go there. Oh, and yeah, he did go through, but of course he's GTD Pro. That was just a mistake, breaking point by a considerable margin, and went straight to the rear of the Aston Martin. Own accord, Brendan, and oh, I think there was a touch.
Well,
there might have been, whether he just spun it up on his own. Yes. Oh, no. He might have had a little bit of help battling with him. The onboard might tell us that I think there was a push there. It looked like there might have been a very light.
Well, did he get a tap from the one behind him, which would have been Vin Barletta? Because Barletta all of a sudden dives to the inside there at the kind of last minute. I think it was just one of those.
No, he's all on his own and just slides a little wide, a little high.
Ouch.
Easy to do.
The BMW that's holding down 5th place. Battle for 6. Looks so we could have a place change. Oh, dearie me. We've suddenly had contact from the two Absolute Racing Porsches. Promoted to 3rd and 4th. Oh dear, that's not going to work. That overtaking manoeuvre was never very on. In the front of the group, up to turn 10, up the inside. A kiss, a nudge, a rub of the bristles. And yesterday's race being an winning Audi got bounced across into the treble tree. Audi, but Mikkelmack got away with it, but he was spun by Parent down at turn number 5, shoved off into the gravel and for...
Noted by race control, and it looks as though the road is pretty much clear. Oh, and that was the impact that Carl Cavers suffered at the back of the McLaren, so yes, it wasn't so much a failure.
It's going to be a long wait. This is Kevin Say's view. He went for the inside. Ramos came across the front. There's nowhere really that Kevin Say could go, I don't think, there.
It's going to be the 3rd of the season. It's going to be victory in round 7 of the Intelligent Money British GT Championship for Johnny Adam and James Cottingham here at Portimão. And there, the Ginetta sheds a tyre ahead of them as it goes across the line onto its last lap. Being operated by RS Motorsport this weekend. Big drama there. 3 of them in strife, one of which is number 4 of Oliver Smith, 16 facing the wrong way is Gary Lapidus, and number 9 also, by the look of it, out of the race, that's Matt Dyer. Dire consequences. Now, those cars pretty close to the edge of the road, and more mayhem over the line. That's James Murphy into the wall, and the red light comes on. This is what happened up at turn 10. So Gary Lapidus has spun and then gets clobbered by Matt Dyer, who's got broken suspension. Number 4, which was Stephen Lyle ahead by 21 thousandths. What does that matter? Not much. McLean locks up, takes the grass and hits Sean Byrne and knocked him into a big spin. Contact then, Angus McLean having set the fastest lap.
Seems like Carol Bash and Eddie Cheever have made up spots as well ahead of Reese Barr. Oh, that is the East Hallen Audi going up. We've got a car in the barriers on the left-hand side.
Would have had to forego the position anyway. Now this was the incident.
Oh! So it was contact with the East Hallen Audi on the exit. Both teams' garages there. He's looking up the inside. He's made contact with him. Oh, no! Chevrolet's gone round! Unbelievable! He's making the gesture because Haas has probably kept the position by going off the track, but I think they were both off the track actually. And there's those spins for the two Ferrari 296s. And so it was the 38 into the side. Interesting. Giuseppe Cipriani here and Frank Desito coming to blows here into the first corner. In trying to get that car stopped, Agostini going to try and get back past. Oh, a spin there. Is that the 27? No, it's the 55A, of course.
As we see yet another fight further down, that of course being Frederick Yusei, who's come a cropper with a 911. And hit go, and Fernando Navarrete, side by side, they're in tandem, but they've got to come in together. Oh, goodness me! A big collision. In fact, and actually dropped back and fell in between the 3 cars that were together and did actually make contact with the silver Porsche, the GTL car that came across, made contact with the Volcano car.
Related. Here we see the Kessel and the Myrtle, the 2 big Ferrari contingents coming together here, and that 69 car, the one that is second in the AM Championship going into this one, going for a spin, not ideal at all. There.
It's a bad day to be a Bosio here this afternoon. Yes. Samuel Bosio already out. He's coming in towards turn one. The battle for third place is still going on as well. But Simon, oh no, goodness me! Oh, big tie up there, heading through the first sector. Really unfortunate there. Here's the actual replay of the moment. And that's in fact Charlie Wirtz, I think, who has gone off further back there. Of course, representing the ART team and coming unstuck in there. Oh, heavy collision. Yes, it Niels Koelen. Of course, the gap between RPM and Van Amersfoort is looking around about the 33. Before as he now makes his way down to the chicane, Charlie Wirtz as well. Oh, that's a replay. Charlie Wirtz making contact, it looked like with another Santalot car.
The tie goes by, he's in position 8 off the start. That was a fabulous start, and this is what's brought out the safety car, Ricky Lou. Gotzi trying to find a way by Rashid Al-Bahedi in the Huawei back, car 14 from the Emirates, as we've got 2 going around. Just ahead of him, Rafael Nadak. Behind is Gianmarco Pradella as Bravo goes around. Singaporean parked at the side of the road, and we're about to find out why. Actually, James Agozzi coming together with look to be Gianmarco Pradella. The attack on Tuka, that's not going to happen here this afternoon. Big contact further back in the pack.
Graham Rahal looks to be on the outside of Marcus Ericsson. And how many times have we seen that here?
That first car to come by is Kyle Kirkwood. Watch this. Kyle Kirkwood flashes by in the pink car you see to the right there.
So what happened? Benjamin Peterson pulling out. Devlin DiFrancesco coming in. We haven't seen the full story, but that could be an unsafe release.
An unsafe drive-through
and there
penalty.
Comes the penalty. A drive-through for Benjamin Peterson. Hammond car slow on the backstretch.
Oh,
left rear's coming off. That's sketchy.
They got to throw
it's on the track. Oh, no!
Oh, boy, how lucky was that?
Oh!
Almost got the race lead on the track. Wheel on the track. Please, nobody hit it. Ryan Hunter-Reay, he said, I just got up into the grade, got into the marbles, hit the wall. He's not the only one to do that today.
Carbon copy
of the guys behind, but like I've said, no, 2 cars go round.
That's John Horsch on
and a wall hit.
The car is now that's going to change things in terms of the podium. Meantime, Justin Rothberg on Brian Cook.
He was unfortunately he made contact,
which is between.
Down the inside of the spin. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy! That was optimistic. That was
such an elementary mistake.
Oh, and you pay for it so heavily as well.
There's a lot of runoff there. Let's see from the off-board shot. Oh, just so slowly turns around, and oh no, the front left does just touch the barrier.
Gets involved in this. We can have a little look. So there goes Joe Guanyu, hits Sonoda. Oh, and that's the...
Out of position after a poor start. There goes one Alpine down the outside. I don't know if they wouldn't have touched anyway.
At the moment, in Formula 2, Roman Stanek had lost it on the way in.
Yeah, lost it on the way in. That's down.
It was the late move. And that is just contact as he goes through. There's Arthur Leclerc caught up.
He's already got a little bit of water on the tyre then, and that water costs him through the mid-corner of 3, out on the Astro, and then...
was tagged in into a spin, and we can see him at the very top of the picture. Whoa! Tommy Smith there, almost airborne.
Look in the background, side by side, between Marty and Solov, and there's the spin then.
I think we're going to see what happens to Quaresmini here. Oh, bit of a bump there, and that sees him. And this time Quaresmini in the 16 and Grunewald, and clearly they've picked up too much damage. Oh, well, it's a Matty on the inside, Cordeel to the outside. Both of those coming to a stop.
Are you joking me? What was that, mate?
Understand his frustration, and now he's going to lose a place to Risto Vukom. Oh no, and he's tagged Timo Glock into a spin. Clock going round.
3, 4, 5 wide as they get ready to come into turn 1. Contact made.
22, Logano's
Logano, who won the stage backwards.
Suarez in the wall.
That is huge for Suarez. Talked about this tight point battle.
push that much, Jeff, you kind of are being steered by the car behind you, and you see it steer him into the left rear quarter panel of the 45 car Reddick. It turns him around.
Here he comes up the racetrack into the left rear quarter panel of Austin Dillon.
Five car upset right there.
Yeah.
Way too much pushing too late down into the transition of turn one.
Having your tires clean is really important, but having them all on the ground.
Austin on the inside, and Austin's in the middle. Just comes down the racetrack into the 45 of Reddick.
I'd like to get another look at that. It almost looked like Austin didn't know he was there, but
right.
That was just a first glance.
Oh boy. Oh, wow. Yeah, looks like you got a little help there from the 77.
Ty Dillon was on the back bumper.
Looks like he's chasing the back of the car and just loses it. Denny's giving him some time, trying to allow him to gather the car up. And you can see Denny's allowing other cars to get underneath him. So 11 checks up. Oh, we got a crash behind him into the tunnel turn. A big wreck. Hard lick.
That's Haley in the 31, and he is turned around. The 11, take a look at this wreck, though, for Haley. Already around backwards.
That's the scary.
He's pushing the 48, and then he, I don't know, just kind of gets swapping ends on him, and he comes across and catches the 00.
Yeah, he gets pushed back.
Joey Gase ran out of fuel there.
That's a great point, Rick. We see when he was last on pit road.
Here comes Chase Elliott in the 17 as well. Oh, up into the wall. Hard hit there. And around goes Ryan Sieg. We saw so much right side damage. He got tagged there.
Oh, that's where the debris and stuff came from. So this is coming to the white flag. And then goes down in here, flat tire, and oof, this is going to hurt. Oh, my goodness. That is a hard hit.
You're going to get loose down there. And that's exactly, nice job by Ankrum hanging on, but he's going to have a little damage. Man, you just feel terrible for... Ooh, that's just a shame. Just a mistake by Nick. Took out Jake. I wonder if our guy Daniel
Well, he's right behind him. You know he's going to be right behind him.
Carson Hocevar makes it 3 wide. He squeezes up.
And we've got trouble.
Oh, no, Stuart Friesen's involved.
Caution
Look at Matt
number
Crafton.
5.
Matt Crafton, that bright yellow truck slips through there nicely.
There's another view. Kligerman, Kaz hard into the outside wall. Zane gets into Kaz. Stefan gets into Zane. Austin Hill gets involved with the 7 truck.
And there's Zane.
Probably a little oil fire there.
That's a shame.
You can see all the fluid on the racetrack.
He's got the drag, he's gone through. Can Hutchison fight back on the inside? Fantastic. No, there's contact. Off will go Wilson, off will go Hutchison, through will go Newsham. And I think Darren Wilson, yes, backwards into the barriers. Big damage amongst some of the front runners from yesterday's race. They drop down the hill, and that is Marshall. Joe Marshall off into the gravel trap. What a shame. And that's Bruce Winfield. The championship leader has tangled there with Jensen Brickley. Somehow saves it, clicks the tyre barrier. Not quite, but Constable's up the inside. And Newsham very nearly off the edge of the road. Alex Lee alongside him, side by side through the chicane. That is not possible to do without contact, and there is contact. Newsham goes around off the front of Alex Lee, and now Bruce Winfield getting involved. He's on the grass. Demon start from the 3rd row of the grid to jump into 3rd, but then gets tapped sideways through the 1st corner. Around he goes. That was contact, I think, with Luke Handley, who then made secondary contact.
Particular, he's crapped himself. He's all that good as well. That was Mark Blunt. Big sideways moment, looking up the inside, and I think he might have just clipped the side of Michael Blackman's car, but off into the gravel goes Mark Blunt. Sadly finds the tyres as well.
The inside will prevail. Big sideways moment there for Zach Lucas on cold tyres, and an even bigger moment behind. 2 cars have gone around towards the tail end of the order and clatter into each other. Into 2nd place, they're down to Stick for the first time. Thackeray, that is, in 3rd, and 4th position for Ryan Bensley. Gets across in front. There's a spin further back for one of the Pro Alloys cars. Takes a couple of others with them. The spinner was Redford. Was that Will Redford? Yes, it was Will Redford going around one of those title contenders, but manages to get going again. So Daly leads through the chicane. Middleton 2nd. Mike Doble 3rd, and off towards the barriers goes Gareth Claydon. He just avoided the tyre wall, I think.
To overtake, you've got to be brave on that wet line. Mackenzie Walker was a little bit too brave. And, oh, big incident for Elman, off on the approach to Hall Bends. That is a big impact. Side by side between the two of them. Yeah, Garlic on the grass there and just loses control. And poor Sam Harvey's just in the wrong place at the wrong time. What a lot of damage to the rear end of the car as well.
Porque Quevedo está en otra historia.
Sí, le tiró el auto 2 veces ahí Salvi cuando vemos esta maniobra que complica a Pablo Collazo, que va por la tierra. Como los bomberos desde el fondo de la grilla. Y acá tenemos la piña de Luques.
Sí.
Derecho.
Golpe fuerte.
Sí, va derechito. Menos mal que está la protección de gomas.
Bajó bien, me avisan que no hay problemas desde lo físico por ese impacto, ¿no? Protagonistas del podio hasta el momento. ¿Qué pasó allí? A ver.
Águila lo tocó a Barrigor, el piloto chileno que ya venía con algo golpeado el auto adelante.
En la tercera colocación, Suárez, el de Peugeot, se va acomodando allí en el cuarto lugar y se va haciendo la fila india. Hoy complicado, Balisi de costado, entrando allí, perdón, Eloy Murugas, el auto que quedó todo cruzado.
Rodríguez en la expectativa.
A ver qué pasa. En la curva 1. El de Río Grande, Joaquín Pereira. Y el otro era el otro, Becker, Matías.
Muy extensa la reiteración en este toque.
En el relanzamiento.
Sí. Bueno, venían muy cerca.
Ganando colocaciones, a ver qué pasaba con González Coste. Había lucha adelante entre Del Barrio y Mauro Bosque y la terminó ligando González Coste, que venía pasando. Ahí está el auto de Bosque.
Vamos ver, será que o replay vai contar pra gente o que aconteceu? Pegou meio de relance ali, a gente viu a imagem meio de revesgueio o que aconteceu. Mas entortou bem, deu uma... Olha como é que ele vem, deslizando por fora, por dentro, deslizando o Índio perdendo velocidade, vindo pela grama e eles vão se tocando. A diferença caiu para 8 décimos, olha aí. O Rodrigo estava por dentro, por fora ficou ali o carro do Leandro de Liva, eles acabaram entrando em rota de colisão. Partem os pilotos para os 20 minutos de prova e olha como largou bem demais ali o Grochowski, ficar de olho na chegada da primeira curva, tem carro que ficou parado. Teve carro que ficou parado ali na reta.
Vamos ver o que aconteceu. Olha só, mas passou vendidaço o Armin Kliver. Até a plástica dessa escapada de pista não desperta boas lembranças, mas já vimos ali tudo bem com o Armin, já fora do carro por conta própria. Sei não, mas tô para te dizer que o Ike Nodari com esses 2 quintos lugares vem para somar uma terceira posição no pódio. Aí fica difícil, Carlão Stites. Ele automaticamente não pode usar essa etapa como descarte. Opa, e aí a capotagem do Plautus Links. Um momento. Opa, mas ali já veio com o pneu furado, aparentemente, né? O pneu já vinha, inclusive. Olha só. O pneu furado é suspensão quebrada, mas a suspensão dianteira já havia ido embora. Nisso ele encontra a proteção de pneus. Aproximação da curva 8. É isso, meu caro Marcos Mosqueta? A imagem impressionante. Aí nós vamos vendo. Por outro ângulo, olha só, ia lá o Zico encontrando a proteção de pneus. Provavelmente o motor tenha apagado.
To take the lead of the race, the two Yamahas were scuffling and there was contact between Glenn Irwin and Lee Jackson at Druids as Irwin tried to get through. Further back, 3 by Vickers and Kent were challenging for the leading positions. They dropped down into turn 1, but drama from the off as the rear wheel of Ryan Vickers caught the front wheel of Josh Brooks and he went off. All the way back to 21st, was doing great stuff, peeling his way through the pack. Drama for Aidan Davey, he crashed out. It was a bit of drama further back for Matty Whelan early on around clearways, but the rider was okay. Just couldn't hunt him down, but major drama for the first time this year. In 6th place, Dan Limford,
who would end up on top. We saw James O'Mara crashing out in spectacular fashion. Contact at some point as well, with the 23 of Joe Ellis and Maximus Hardy coming together. We saw Rossi Brown going down the road in the gravel trap, following him through in towards the first corner. There was a bit of argy-bargy into Paddock Hill Bend, and we saw 2 riders going down as a result. Charlie Atkins and Jack Roach eliminated. In towards Sterling's on the penultimate lap. He lost the front end of the Yamaha really late on in the corner, ending his race in the gravel trap.
And then, with 3 to go, Prado washed the front, the back came around on him. Fevra avoided him, moved into second. Seawer got himself into third with that pass on Prado. 2 corners later, he folded the front. Prado nowhere to go. He went over the bars after hitting the machine of Tim Geiser, who was in 5th. He fell on the opening lap, coming out of turn 5, burnt his hand on the exhaust pipe. Valandren, that put him up into 4th place. And then he fell, had a bit of a slam. Fernandez, Team HRC, eventually came home in 11th position. GMXGP of Flanders at Lommel. Mike Werder, Peter Pollock went down on the first turn. A couple of riders went out wide. Just behind them, the Coonan brothers, but then Sasha fell. He got run over by brother Lucas. But then he fell, and just behind him, Horgmo fell. Everts lucky not to get collected. A couple of laps to go. Kaider Wolf thought he'd got the move on Everts, but he didn't. He fell down instead. Was on the charged through. Adamo then over the bars as he took over 3rd. Adamo then fell, having gotten back to 12th. He was down again outside of the top 20, and eventually would come home in 13th place. Langenfelder fell whilst in 2nd. He picked himself performance. Gas rider then had the eyes on the leader as Henderson went down to 10th place. He would eventually find his way. Garcia also fell, and so too did Valin from 2nd position. He remounted in 4th place. Then a lap or so later, his bike let go. And watch this. Ref, I was robbed.